My name is Svenja Ottovordemgentschenfelde. I'm a PhD candidate in the Department of Media and Communications at the London School of Economics, and I'm a research fellow at the Tau Center for Digital Journalism at Columbia University in New York. My work is interested in the underlying forces that shape political journalists' Twitter engagement and the perceived and actual outcomes such engagement generates. Journalists are under quite a bit of influence from a variety of factors, one of which is news organizations and the policies they initiate, especially in relation to managing social media engagement, especially on platforms like Twitter and Facebook, etc. So depending on the nature of such policies, journalists have more or less leeway to engage in different ways, and they're very occasionally they're strict with what is considered desirable behavior on the platform and what's punishable, and which kinds of practices are rewarded and which ones aren't. But also more from a macro perspective, I found that socio-technological or the socio-political environment makes a big difference. So, for example, journalists are more keen on using Twitter, and they use it in different ways during times of heightened political activity, like elections, and during slow news periods, their engagement changes as well. It becomes not as hard news focused, so softer news, perhaps more personal. So these are some of the trends. And obviously, Twitter as a platform has different affordances that offer different opportunities and also risks for engagement. And all of these factors sort of moderate their considerations in deciding how and when and to which degree to engage. Right now, my work is concerned with digital technologies, news production, and sort of the news innovation and the future of the news industry. By that same token, I also work on a different project which is interested in, it's called Parenting for Digital Future, which looks at families and children and their adoption and integration of digital media into their everyday lives. So these are two very separate research strands that I'm interested in. That being said, I am due to finish my PhD on the project which I just talked about in a few months, so I will be looking for a job very soon. So hopefully there will be employment down the line, and I'd love to work in research.